You currently locked into the Porch podcast. It's your boy, B. Jones, aka Bolo, and you know when I'm pulling up to the porch, I can't pull up without my dog.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Big Smitty, aka D Nice, and you heard what Bolo just said. This is the Porch. Welcome. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? We back at it again.
Woo! Back at it again. Blessed, highly favored. You know we can't come on the show unless we say thank you, God. We 10 toes. Hey, all praise to the Most High. How you doing, brother?
Come on, man. God is good, ain't he? We back on the porch. We got another special guest. We got a star. I'm excited for this one, Bolo. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
I'm excited, bro. Hey, you just gotta listen. You gotta listen.
Sir. Yes, you gotta listen. So for all our listeners, man, on Caffeine, first of all, welcome. Be sure to share the stream to your group chats, to your friends, your cousin and them. We want everybody to tune in. Yes, man. So, first of all, before we introduce our guest, I see you got the Bears hat on, man. Real quick, a quick pivot. NFL draft is coming up. Yes. You guys right now got the number one pick in the draft right now?
We sitting at the table just waiting for a move to happen.
What y'all gonna do with it, Bolo? What y'all gonna do?
What? The crazy thing about it is I don't know. And I think the city does not know. But at the same time, I'm confident that whatever happens, it'll be the right decision. If we go with the first round, as long as we don't pick a quarterback, we'll be good. Or we'll take, obviously future first round picks or whatever comes with trading the first pick. But either way it goes, we'll be walking away with something positive. So, hey, I'm hopeful for Justin Fields year 3. That's it.
Well, listen, bro, you know my Indianapolis Colts, we in desperate need of a quarterback. We got the 4th pick right now, so I wouldn't mind doing a little business with Chicago to just ensure we get the quarterback that we want. But that's a separate conversation for a later date. Like I said, we got a special guest right now. I'm not going to keep her waiting. She's an actress, a writer, a producer, a dancer, a host, a model, a business owner. She got her own accessory line brand called I Am. And she's an overall hustler, y'all. The one and only Paris Nicole. Welcome to the Porch.
Thank you. That was a
Yes. How you doing?
I'm good. I feel so good. I feel like vibrations have been so highly. Yesterday, I was just telling my sister I've been having this weird gut feeling, like butterflies of like, I don't know what it's about.
Yeah.
But my heart is saying, something good is coming. And I feel like everyone around me is doing well too. So it's like,
love that.
Just when you're around that high energy vibration, that booking energy, it just feels good. That's what I'm on right now as we speak.
I love it. And you can feel the energy. You know what I mean? Right now, you can just feel we riding the same frequency right now. And I hope the listeners are riding the same frequency right now too. So they in for a good one.
Nah, definitely, man. Like I said, we appreciate you for bringing that good energy to us. It's crazy, Bolo, when other people bring good energy, like you just said, it literally kind of changes how you feeling instantly.
Elevates.
Like I'm over here smiling, and I'm just happy now. I'm like, dang, Paris happy, we happy. We all just happy. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a great show. And you know how we start off every episode, Bolo, with our Porch News. So before we dive into all things Paris, we gotta dive into the Porch News. So Bolo, man, get us started. What do we got in the news?
Okay, so Porch family, get into this. So obviously Easter is coming up soon, right? So a self-proclaimed Jesus Christ of Kenya claims his life is in danger after some of the residents said he must be crucified during Easter the same way Jesus was crucified. So the residents believe that he will resurrect on the 3rd day, but obviously he's not confident in that. So as a result, he decided to report it to the police. So this story is crazy. So somebody's acting like they Jesus. The people in the town want to resurrect this human being. He calls the police. Porch family, what do we think about that? Like, what's your thought on that?
Let me dive. Let me dive here real quick. This is crazy, Perry. This is crazy. So first of all, and I seen the picture. For those of you, if you haven't seen this, please look it up. It's like
wild.
The older, black man. And again, these people literally believe him. Like he got the folks around there thinking that he's the black Jesus. And
it's everything. Just know that if you make people believe you Jesus, they really can believe it.
That's facts. And he got them believing, Paris. So, but now it's starting to kind of take a turn for the negative because they like, well, you Jesus, Easter's on the way. We about to resurrect. You gonna resurrect on the 3rd day.
We're gonna throw you on the cross.
So So now you're like, hold on. I was just playing.
Yeah, like there was jokes. I was fooling y'all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't know what somebody gonna have to do to prove to me. Like you'll probably have to walk on some water or something to get me to a point where actually believing that. Like I don't know.
Like there's magicians who know how to do tricks.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what I believe what I see.
That's a fact.
True. You know, I live out in LA. We know the rent out here is crazy high. If you could pay my rent, I might believe it. Pay my bills, Paris.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Now you really cook it with something now.
Yeah,
that's funny.
A miracle. But yeah, that was a crazy one. But I saw that, so we got to bring that to the porch. But what we got next at Porch News?
Okay. All right. For my people that's hungry right now, right? So a study came out recently ranking the healthiest fast food burgers, right? So check this out. In-N-Out was ranked second, only behind Whataburger. Coming in 3 was Checkers or Rallies, however you want to call it. And then number 4 was Culver's. And then number 5 was Del Taco, right? So this is we're talking about the healthiest fast food. Now, gotta ask y'all, I guess, did they get this right with the healthiest fast food? Is it a such thing as healthy fast food? And like, what are those types of chains?
Paris, I want you to jump in first. So, like, first of all, I was a little shocked. Again, I'm not from LA, but been out here for about 5 years now. When I saw In-N-Out being so high, I was kind of shocked. You know, you go there and you get an animal style with the like things can kind of get pretty messy. So I didn't really expect In-N-Out to be so high. What's your take on that though, Paris?
What was number 1 on the list?
Number 1 was Whataburger.
Whataburger, yeah.
You know, there's no Whataburgers out here.
I think that's down south,
in
like
Texas.
Florida.
I've had a few in Texas before, and their meat is like thinner, but it's like more oniony. Like they have like onions on the burger, like that's kind of like what their burgers, and they have like the nice like crispy bun. I think they're known for like their hot warm bun, and then like the onions in the meat.
Interesting,
but
Paris like I don't know, y'all.
I think In-N-Out maybe. No, I take that back.
Bro, that animal style, maybe a plain In-N-Out burger, just regular, maybe it's healthy-ish.
But I think In-N-Out is overrated.
Oh, agree.
I agree with that. I stopped eating In-N-Out a long time ago, but I also don't eat meat no more. So yeah, there's no healthy though. Healthiest thing you could do is probably find like one of those like mom and pop or like salad or wrap shops.
Yep.
Own salad or make your own. You know, you see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all, I just saw a nasty video today about what they inject in all the meat.
Oh man.
Paris.
Yeah, me feeling bad now.
I feel terrible.
Dang.
Well, I stopped eating meat. The last time I had some meat was December 2021.
Oh, good for you.
But I eat seafood.
Okay.
Catfish, salmon, okay. Shrimp.
It's like I'm on a journey, right? But the more you learn, the more you get disgusted. It's like you can't unlearn some things. So you're like, dang, I get this with that. I'm like, I can't go back to eating that.
That's real. And you know, I read something. It was trippy. And I'm saying this because I still eat meat. Like I'll read some and then like sit on it for like a day. Like I'm not eating no fast food and then go get some Popeyes later. Right. So I'm still working on it. But I did read something. It's like when they slaughter the animals that are like under stress or like have some type of like, you know, bad energy. Like once you eat that energy transfers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Once you consume that animal that maybe had, you know, depressed or whatever it is, you do consume that energy. So I did learn that, and that would be probably one of the biggest reasons that would probably turn me away from eating meat, just because it do be random days where you just be like, damn, I feel down. Like, oh damn, I feel like shit. I'm like, what if I just ate a chicken and they was like depressed before they got killed? And you know what I'm saying? Like,
now that sounds like some hot shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. You can sit around the living room.
No, but it's for real though. Like the pig, all that, like you know, you consuming that energy. So
that's real.
You're eating their trauma.
Yeah.
You're
that's a fact.
Literally putting it in your body, but not only you're taking in that, but you're also taking in all the pesticides and steroids and maggots and all the nasty things that they let throwing meat and dyes. They dye meat. They like old meat at the store. They put red dye on it and put it back out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to
disgusting.
throw up. I just had some
Oh,
side
wow.
of fries too, Paris, right before the show.
Oh my
Golly.
gosh, I feel bad for
That
your
shit was good
stomach.
though.
Man, it was fire. I ain't gonna lie
I
to
know it
you.
was fire.
You
Yeah.
got the cheese, the pico. Maybe next time I can do it without the asado though. I can do
Right,
cheese.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You don't need the
No,
meat.
and once you realize there's a lot of fruits and vegetables that you just season the same way you would the meat,
Facts.
it tastes almost the same, but it's healthier. I prefer it now. Like I love cauliflower and sweet
Me
potatoes,
too.
mushrooms. There's so many different mushrooms, and you can make it taste like fried chicken. You can
Yeah.
make
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, are you like one of the people that like literally will take any type of like vegetable and like create like your own like idea of meat, like fried chicken? Like, you know how people take some cauliflower,
Yeah.
put it in flour, and drop it
Yeah.
into the
Bro,
fryer.
buffalo cauliflower is a big deal out here on the West Coast. I love buffalo
For
cauliflower. It's
real?
good as hell. Yes, it's fire.
yeah.
Damn.
I just like fried cauliflower in general, but I also
Yeah.
love baked or broiled baked cauliflower. Anyways, yes. I don't discover ways. I will find recipes. Like I'd be on
Got you. Yeah.
looking at food videos and like save that. I have albums with different people. Like, okay, my sister sent me these. My friends, we're gonna try these. It's cooking has been like a new hobby. I've always like cooked, but lately, since I've been trying to not eat meat and just get creative, it's like been like a fun thing for me. And I love making good food for people and they like it. And I'm like, yeah, I made that.
Yeah, that's a great feeling. I love that feeling too. You be looking out the corner of your
Yeah,
eye and shit like, did they clean the plate? Did they really, man, they ain't really fucking with that. They put that fork down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Take one bite, you're like, you don't like it?
Give me that damn plate.
Get to it, I'm like, okay, because you're not eating it. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta be like, you gotta come eat this when it's hot. Don't be waiting. Just come on now. Come in here right now while it's hot.
That one was burnt. Do you need to
Start coming up with different excuses. I ran out of black pepper, so it might not be as spicy as I want it to be. But
You gotta
try it out
preface
first, and
yeah.
then give me
disclaimer.
Girl, give me the food. You know this food good. I love it. I love it, man. Definitely love to start off with the Porch News, Bolo. Appreciate that. We want to hear from our Porch family in the comments. Let us know what you guys think about that fast food list. But like I said, we got a special guest, and we got to learn about all things you. So first of all, first question, who is Paris? How would you answer that question?
I am a creative from LA, but I grew up in the Valley. And I just have a passion for making people feel something with things that I create, whether it's laughter, whether it's like a change of perspective or sad or scared or, feel something. And I feel like I love empowering others and spreading positivity and good energy. And I guess I'll just leave it at that for now.
No,
There's
yeah.
things, but I guess.
I love it.
Now, what's one thing that maybe most people don't know about you?
People don't know about me. I grew up with a lot of family, a lot of siblings, and I didn't have my own room. Like I had to share a room with somebody. I was about till I was a sophomore in college.
I feel you on that.
Till sophomore year of college. And then I had my own room, but I had roommates. And I was like, this is cool. I can
I can do my own thing. I bet as you got older too, and correct me if I'm wrong, being like a creative, and when you're creative, again, like you're creative in every way, right? So from how you want to decorate your room, for how you want to dress, etc. But like I can imagine sharing a room with family, you might have had a certain idea of how you wanted your wall to look or how you wanted the color scheme to be in the bedroom. But because you was in there with other family members, and I don't know if you're the oldest or youngest, I don't know what the age situation is, but maybe they had power over how the room looked. Like, did you ever fall into that growing up?
Definitely. I don't feel like I had any say in what the rooms were gonna look like. I was just there. So now it is different. I never really thought about that. That's like tapping into some therapy kind of stuff. I'm like, the younger
It's the
me
porch.
had the opportunity to like decorate a whole space. So it's pretty cool because now I have my own apartment, you know.
Right.
Hmm.
Like shout out to my sister's art.
I
Oh, that's
seen
dope. That's
that.
dope. Yeah, we seen that.
818 because we're Valley girls.
Oh yeah.
Oh, your sister made that?
Painted this. Is one of my favorite paintings from her. I have a lot of her art around my apartment.
Yeah, that's
That's
fire.
cool.
We might get the sister on the porch down the road.
Nah, for
Shout out
real.
to her.
And get some art for real.
Y'all definitely need to hit her up. She just got interviewed for Billboard for Women in Music. She's
Oh, nice.
doing the things. Okay, I'm a proud sis.
I
love
love
it,
that.
man.
I love
love
it.
it. It's running the family, Bolo.
Running the family, the creativity. So obviously, when we first met you, when we jumped on here, you were talking about the energy. Obviously feeling like everybody around you is doing good. I think it takes time for people to develop like that creative spirit, that good energy, and just have that creative mindset. Like, where did that come from? Were you always that type of person?
My mom has always been that type of person. I started going to plays with her. She's an actress too.
Mm.
And just seeing anywhere I go, the African marketplace or wherever, my mom is always giving love and compliments.
Mm,
She's a very social butterfly. She's an air,
hmm.
just all over. And that helped a lot set in like um, how I want to carry myself. But of course, as you come up, you're around different type of energies. You don't know who's really your friends and who is like
Facts.
growing up. So you can fall short of being that kind of person. But now as I'm an adult and since college and I met my real friends, the tribe you keep is extremely important. Everybody
Mm,
wants each other love. So it's like that's what keeps the vibrations high. You can't really surround yourself with like haters or people who aren't doing stuff. I'm a huge advocate for having a good circle of friends. It's very
facts.
crucial.
Facts.
That's real.
Hey, shout out to Lisa Ann. Remember she said she had a friend who said your vibe affects your tribe.
Yes.
Yeah, say that.
You
Your
said
vibe
that.
affects your tribe. You got some good memory, Bolo. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and literally just like registered in my head. As soon as she said that, I was like, as soon as you said tribe, I'm like, that's ideal. Like that's real. Like
Thanks,
real as
but
it gets.
also the other way is your vibe attracts your tribe.
True. Yep. Absolutely. Now, let me ask you a question too. So obviously, like everybody is grown, right? We think about our childhood friends, we think about friends that we experience in college, and then you have like colleagues that you work with. When do you get to a point where you know who your true friends are?
Ooh.
It takes time.
Mm,
Say is, some people you connect with instantly, and there's a certain energy or chemistry that you have with someone when it's like really strong, really fast.
mm-hmm.
Can mean something. So I pay attention to that first. Like if instantly we click and I vibe with you, I'm like, okay, let's see. And then
Yeah.
there's certain scenarios and life experiences you go through that show you who a person really is. And I feel like that's what you know. Your tribe is supposed to not just be like yes men. Like I have disagreements with my girls about certain things, but at the same time, we all like hold each other accountable and grounded. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if that's really a good idea, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Right.
do you because you also need to let people experience what they're gonna experience in their life anyway. Who are we to judge at the end of the day? But
Right.
That's
yeah,
a fact.
That's
and
real.
having a you and it's a gut feeling. Like it feels good to be around the people you're supposed to be around.
Right.
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 There's a
Yeah.
friend that's making you feel like uncomfortable or lower, less than, or like you can't share your good news with them,
Mm-hmm.
then they're probably not your person. And that doesn't mean necessarily they're a bad person. Maybe they're in a space where they haven't healed certain things or they can't be your friend or be supportive because they're going through whatever they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the choice to keep ourselves surrounded by that. So, I mean, depends on how much you love a person. It could be a family member, like if somebody is on their healing journey, you get to choose whether or not you want to be around that. But
Hmm.
make the decision because it's either way, it's something. So you learn and you grow, and then you're able to just filter out who the real ones are in your life.
That's real.
I love it. I love
True
it, man.
game.
Nah, that it's true game for the porch, and it's crazy. I'm over here just like really thinking through
Thinking,
what
yeah.
you're saying and thinking about like my friend group and people who are close to me. And you're right. I feel like you shouldn't have to force any feeling. Like it should just kind of just come natural. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the sign that you know, like, okay, yeah, like that. That's a real one. That's a part of my team. That's a part of my unit. I mean, my brother Bolo right here. Like every time we talk, it's just easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not
Boom.
forcing nothing. I could be myself. He could be himself. And it just feels like natural. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's real. That's real.
And
Man.
even a good test of it is like if you can go a long time without seeing or speaking to
There
that
it
person,
is.
when you guys reconnect, it's like you haven't skipped a beat.
Back to, yeah,
Yeah,
That's how you know
exactly.
connection is meant to be still, you know?
that's
That's
real.
real.
You
That's
see,
real.
you see your homie, it's been 2 years.
You know what
What's
I mean?
going
You
on?
back to square one. You like, what's good? What we doing? You know what I'm saying? You ain't missed a beat.
Boy, you
Like, ain't
still
no
can't dress.
awkwardness.
Boy, look at them shoes you got
Energy.
on, boy.
Energy off the chain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you
Nah,
got to
that's
have people who understand you too. You know what I'm
yep.
saying? Like, I think when we get older, a lot of people go through different like adulting phases. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So people have to understand the adulting phases, like people get in serious relationships. So obviously that takes away from, you know, your God time, you're kicking it, or, you know, you have a child, which, you know, priorities change. So the people who stick around and understand you and are still cool with you, you know, and still willing to ride with you during those type of phases, you get married. Like those are the ones who really riding with you. Cause like in my experiences, like I didn't had, I mean, I'm married, I didn't had kids, you know, job, my own separate life, but then I still have a crop of friends who are still hanging around since day one. But I have people who just fell off, you know, just because they couldn't take not being able to speak with me every week or every other week, right? And it just kind of fall by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So some people are just pit stop friends, and that's just how it is.
Ooh, you dropping gems,
Come on,
Bolo.
y'all. Come on,
Everybody
y'all.
is for a reason or a season.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm about to catch the Holy Ghost on this episode. Y'all
Come
better
on.
stop playing with me right now. Y'all better stop playing with me, boy. We
We're gonna
started
send
the
you out to
show
Kenya, bro.
right. Don't send me to Kenya. I ain't trying to go to Kenya right now. Oh man, but no, I love it, Paris. And you know, you talked about, you know, a lot of this you kind of learn naturally from being around your mother who's also an actress. Talk about just how she inspired you to get involved into the industry.
My mom is my biggest inspiration, and it's on so many different levels, but she sparked it in me. Like I've always felt it, like doing little school like musicals or choir performance.
Right.
But she had enrolled me in a school. She enrolled me in a couple like dance schools growing up, but then she enrolled me into this performing arts school called Amazing Grace Conservatory, um, run by Wendy Raquel Robinson. It changed my life, right? Like I took the first, like I knew her from the Steve Harvey show.
Right.
So when I went to orientation, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, Wendy Raquel Robinson school," and I was like, "Really?" So I went, and she was there, and she was so cool, and I was like, "Oh, I want to go here."
Yeah.
And the rest is history because I did my first play, and that feeling of having that live audience and not just like a school of parents and siblings, but like a bunch of people in a real theater. It's a feeling you chase the rest of your life.
Man,
That's why actors end up doing theater, then going to film, but then going back to theater because it's like nothing like that live energy. The frequencies, like I'm telling you.
It's funny you mentioned that because like I've heard other like big time actresses, you know, talk about. I think I watched a video about Denzel maybe a while back, or maybe it was Samuel L. Just talking about like the difference between theater and then like making a traditional film or movie. They both have great experiences and pros and cons, so to speak. But it's something about that live feeling and having the crowd right there, and any quote unquote mistakes or whatever you make, you got to just react on the fly and just like it's a different type of just like a rush. And I can only compare. Obviously, I mean I've done some really, really small, like acting, but obviously that's not my main focus. But the only thing I can really compare it to is, being a former athlete and being out there on that football field and having thousands of fans screaming, either cheering or booing for you. And, you going out there making the play, Bolo, in the big moment and just hearing the roar from that crowd. And that feeling, man. You made a big play. Brian Jones on the tackle and everybody just cheering. Just a certain feeling that you can't describe. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that feeling. I'm still looking. I think I've been out of football, 7-8 years. I still try to chase that feeling in some capacity. Like, it's one of those, like, it's almost like a drug. Like, you just enjoy, seeing people, watch you put on for something that you love. You know what I'm saying? Put on entertaining, and you love what you're doing, and people are enjoying watching you. Like, it's amazing.
And the closest thing I found to that feeling is just being in front of that camera. It's something about that light coming on. I love hosting. I love being, what I'm saying? Just learning about other people, and just when lights come on, man, I don't know. It's a different like rush. For me personally, I have nerves, I get excitement, it's so many mixed emotions.
Butterflies.
And then it's just that 3, 2, 1, go, boom. And it's everything just kind of, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. No.
I know what you're talking about, man. I know.
Yes.
Wow.
No, I love
And
it.
just like what you guys were saying earlier, making mistakes. I was the host of a Disney Junior tour for 2 years. And I'm a Virgo, so I usually like perfect. And in the beginning, it was my first tour and like running the show. So I wanted everything to be perfect. And whenever there was a mistake, I would be so upset. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did they do this? Or why did, but then eventually I realized there's gonna be a mistake every single show.
Yeah.
Facts.
Either I let it bother me or I can welcome it and be excited. What mistake is gonna happen this show that's gonna make it unique to this city? Like no one else is gonna see this exact show because this mess up happened this day,
Yeah.
That's real.
Something. And then it just also was like a good way for me to pick up on my improv. Like, okay, it's teaching me how to think on my toes. The show must go on. You can't just stop a show because the out. Like, it taught me a lot. But you just something about that, like on camera, you can do the take 100 times until you get it right. But that feeling of whatever goes, that
here's nothing.
y'all, one time I fell off the stage. This is a fun fact.
Hold on, what?
No shit.
Off the stage. I was dancing, like walking backwards. I was like, hey. Boom.
Damn.
I was like, it's okay.
And you hold on. The real question is, when you pop back up, did you keep dancing?
I kept going.
Let's go.
Oh,
that's the big thing. That's the biggest part.
Like Beyonce.
Ooh, like Beyonce, like Trina.
Hey.
All right, boy. Come on, it's the porch now. We can get a little ratchet on the porch. Stop playing.
That's funny.
Love it. I love
it. And I think that's the coolest thing about like being like in the space that you're in. And I think why people are so successful, because they could run and they're not afraid of falling. Like when you're, at the point where you're anticipating to fall, you're eventually going to fall, or it's going to slow you down, or it's going to slip you up at some point because you just waiting for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that energy thing, right? You putting it out there. If you putting that energy out there of you doing something, like it's going to happen. But, if you just, bounce back, make it look easy, people are going to be like, okay, I see you. Like, you know what I'm saying? There it is. Let's keep moving.
I love it, man. And obviously we're kind of already diving into it right now, talking about your profession as an entertainer, as an actress. Tell me this, man. Was there a moment in your career where whether it was just opportunity you had, a film that you were a part of, where like you just absolutely crushed it, you killed it, and you just thought to yourself internally, like, man, like I can make it. You know what I'm saying? Like just like that welcome to the league moment is like what we like to call it.
Wow. I think that artists, we have multiple moments where we just have that feeling. But I think when I was young, like I said, being at that school, I did a play. We did like a summer program thing. I can't even think of it, but I was the host or one of the co-hosts. And I feel like that alluded to me being a co-host for Disney, which is like a full circle moment. But I remember improvising on stage and people laughing. And I was like, it was, I don't know, it just felt so good. I was like, I want to keep doing this. But I just, it's in the family too. There's like a lot of artists, like singers, dancers, actors in my family. And it's just naturally, not that everyone's pursued it that can even just do it, you know, just storytellers. And it's just like something that's just in the spirit.
Right.
Honestly, you know how certain things just run in bloodlines. Like I'm a family of like creatives, artists, leaders. Yeah.
So like walk us through the process of like, I'm just trying to think, you have people, obviously you go to acting school or like you just kind of like look at the TV, you admire somebody and then like you start to kind of get the reps on your own. And obviously you come from a family of actors and actresses. Like where or how did you like start acting? Like how did you start to learn the art of acting?
I would say like really that's when I started at Amazing Grace Conservatory. It's called AG
Gotcha.
for short. Because they taught us all the aspects. We would have like a period of time for just dance, a period of time for voice, a period of time for acting. And then they would also make us audition for all of the parts. They're the parts that we wanted. And we had to, be part of the whole process, the rehearsals, the dress rehearsals, learning makeup. That, and then in high school, I did theater. And then in college, I did one musical. And then since I did a play and then at both Disney and then now I'm doing TV films. So it transitions, but I do miss the tour life, I would say.
Yeah.
The money, the treatment.
Right. I definitely feel that. And that's one thing. That's kind of touches on my next question for you is talk about the grind, right? Like I just think from outside looking in, people watch, their favorite, actors and actresses on TV or on these shows, and it's amazing, right? From a fan standpoint, but I don't think people understand the work that it actually takes behind the scenes. So, like, you're working more so on TV films now. Talk about just like how long a typical day is on set.
Oh, a typical day could be like 8 to 12 hours. But like for me, I haven't let's see, my first co-star role officially, you can shoot things, the pilots, and they never get picked up.
Right.
And so you kind of do stuff for the experience, I would say, so to sport. But then you get to do something like I booked the little co-star on a Bel-Air, and I literally shot for 2 minutes. I was there maybe 2 or 3 hours. The whole prep, signing in, changing wardrobe, getting approved. I literally shot for 2 minutes.
Wow.
That's insane.
But think about that though. Like you said, I mean, you had to go there 2-3 hours, the whole process, all to get a 2-minute opportunity. But I think there's power in that, right? Like I think that shows you, like when you really love something, right, and you want to be a part of something great, and you believe in a bigger purpose, it's like you're willing to make that sacrifice, so to speak. You're really open to taking that 1 minute, 2-minute scene because you know that each thing happens for a reason, and that 2-minute scene can lead to a 2-hour movie where you're the star. Everything, come on now, y'all preach and let me preach a little bit.
The funny thing is, I shot for literally 2 minutes because I got booked as a dancer, and they wanted to be. I'm a dancer for a TikTok that Carlton was gonna watch.
Oh, okay.
What I did was I submitted a dance video, a choreography video I already had shot. I sent it in. That night, the next morning, they called me, said, "Hey, can you come to set?" I was like, "Yeah, I could come to set. When?
Right.
Right now?" So I went to set, and they just came in my trailer and was like, all right, so just need you to do like a 1 minute dance, with some cool moves. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Right.
They didn't even send me the script, so I didn't know what was going on. I was like, okay, what's going on in the scene? He's like, well, Carlton and somebody else is gonna be watching your video at a party. And I was like, oh, Carlton's watching. And I was like, okay, good to know. He was like, yeah, don't make it sexy, just like really cool if you do big moves. I'm like, all right. He leaves, and I'm like, I'm definitely about to do the choreography I already sent in. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to do that, but any of the sexier moves, I'm just replaced with something.
Right.
And then, as a gag to myself, I was like, I'm gonna throw in the Carlton dance move into my choreography because I know Carlton's watching my video.
Right.
So I go, I do the dance, and they have me do it twice, and it's literally just a minute long because I was like, they asked for a minute, I'm giving them a minute.
Right.
I know they were only going to use a few seconds anyway.
Right. Edit it down.
And so I get a surprise. They literally chose me doing the Carlton as the move.
That's funny.
That was a move I just threw in as a joke
Right.
for myself, like an inside joke.
Come on now,
Damn.
man. You see how God work?
Right. That's
Come
it.
on, that's the testimony.
That's it.
He didn't have to do the move. Something inside her told her to do the move, and the move got. I'm done talking.
And then they said the line was, "Oh, that's a cool move," but I think they changed it to, "That's my favorite move." That's what Carlton says when he sees it.
Uh-huh.
So I think that was another added thrown like inside joke. But I don't think
Right.
I created that moment for the show.
Exactly.
That
That's
was
what I was just thinking.
That was season 1, right? The first season. I know exactly
Yeah, I
the
feel like I
scene you
seen
talking
that. Yeah,
about.
they
You
was sitting on
definitely
the
seen
couch.
it.
She was talking to old girl. He was talking to old girl. Yeah.
What the hell?
That's wild.
Shout out to the homeboy Jordan Jones, man. I got JJ. We had him on last season too. That's the homie. Man, I didn't know that. That's crazy, man.
That's
I gotta go back and watch it again now.
I know, right?
And it was
Damn.
so quick that people were like hitting me up like, Paris, did I just see you on Bel-Air? Was that you? And I'm like, yeah, that was me. My 2 seconds of fame.
That's hard. I love
That's
it.
cool. I love that.
A good story.
Yes.
Now, what about like, I'm always intrigued and like so impressed by like actors and actresses who can memorize like an extensive script, right? Like when you get this script, right? And it's just all of these words and all of this dialogue there. Like, how is someone able to just sit there and like conceptualize like everything that's on this paper and just literally word vomit all this information? Like, how does that work?
I think the more homework you do on your project, the easier it'll come. Like you don't look at it as a whole, you look at it as in sections.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's for my brain. I need to do that because I'm like, I get overwhelmed. And then you don't want to try to memorize any of it because you're like,
right.
But if you break down your character, your scene, what you're feeling internally, what's your inner monologue, what's your like natural, like there's so many ways to break down a scene, but the more work you do, the more it's ingrained in you. And then if you can actually rehearse with somebody or like for me, sometimes you just record the whole script on your voice notes and then you just play it back. I do both lines, mine and the other person's, and I just talk over myself so I can remember because like the first try you're not gonna
right.
But yeah, that's what I do. And it's once I learned that script for Disney, I thought, oh my gosh, because it was a lot. Interaction, crowd work, like it was a lot of instruction.
Oh my God.
I got through that, so I'm like, okay, this is preparing me for when I'm a lead in a film. Like I have to learn all of this and not let this like defeat me, so that when that time comes for me in the bigger picture, I'll be ready. I got I did this. I can do this.
Gotcha. Yeah. Now, that's real.
That's cool.
That's real. And another aspect as well, I think is fascinating is like deciding what roles are meant for you, right? You know, because I'm sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure there's been opportunities that you've been presented with where you might have turned them down because it's like, you know what, I appreciate it, but that particular role, maybe it doesn't make sense for what I'm looking for. Just real curious, like how do you decide, you know, what you want to audition for, what roles you're looking for? Like, is there a particular industry that you like to stay in specifically, or like how does that work for you?
Well, there's levels to it because, over time, your taste and preference of what you will and won't do is going to change depending on the caliber that you're at or the caliber of the project.
Right.
So if you're asking me to do a sex scene for a fucking web series that's paying 150 or 125, no, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And you just need to have an agent that respects your morals and what you are and aren't willing to do, and be very vocal about that. But like I said, there's levels. So there's like partial nudity, or there'll be like simulated sex scenes. There's things, and then like there's the levels. There's the HBO level.
Right.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
everything out.
Right.
But like right now, as I'm coming up, I don't want that to be the imprint that's left on people for me. But when I'm up there and I've done a lot of stuff, who knows what I'll do?
Right.
But right now, as coming up, there's certain roles I just don't feel comfortable with, and I feel like that's okay. Like
Yeah.
there's a way you can stretch yourself as an actor, but then there's morally just some roles that they don't sit right with you. So like, I don't want to do it. But who knows? In 30, 40 years, I might want to play the prostitute that's sucking up, the homie. I don't know. Right now, I'm
Right.
not trying to play that kind of role.
Right.
Now, I think it's a good point that you mentioned. Like right now, like you're in that grind phase where you're trying to build a name of yourself, get those big opportunities, continue to build, and like a role like that early in your career, I feel like could kind of be hurtful in a sense, to where it's like, okay, now all the roles and calls you're getting is for sexual roles or prostitutes or whatever, and they're not allowing you to kind of fully showcase your scope of talent and who you really are. So I think timing is very important with everything that you do.
I agree with that timing. Like I said, there's the levels to it. So I could say this right now, but if like Quentin Tarantino was like, look, I need Paris Nicole to be the prostitute in my next.
we paying this much for it.
I mean, the check is looking like this.
Let's make it happen.
Who knows? I might,
pull up on me.
Just, it can happen. Anything is possible.
So, Porch family, basically what she's saying is, don't let this episode fool you. So, if you in a year from now, and it's a big movie out, and she the co-star, if you see her in an intimate scene, sex scene, whatever, she ain't hypocrite. She told you straight up. She said, hey, right now I'm not necessarily doing that, but the right opportunity, the right money, hey.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Come on now, that's real.
You know what I mean?
That is real.
So.
And I did. So since we're on the topic, just from your experience, again, you have a lot of family members who've been in the acting world, actors, etc. Though, from a viewer standpoint, man, like watching some of those intimate scenes, man, like the choreography between the couples, it seems so like at times just real, especially when I watch shows like the Power, the original Power, with 50 Cent, on was it on show? Is it Showtime?
Our shit, even BMF,
yeah, like it's like, man, like they really into it, but obviously,
naked.
but obviously they're acting, they're not actually doing it. I mean, at least I don't think so. But just in general, from your experience, like how uncomfortable is it being in those moments? You got cameraman in there, like they cutting the scene,
and you still gotta be like professional, right? It's like you in a scene where like you're naturally a human being, right? So
you got two attractive people that they're actually kissing, they're touching. Like you want to be professional, but you're human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
your brain. Well, first of all, I haven't had an intimate scene yet, and I've had a kiss though, and that was new for me because I don't just be kissing people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's like actually a really big deal for me.
Right.
But you have the right to say if you want to do or don't want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, they'll pick someone else. Or if you do, you do. But like,
Right.
you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, first of all. So
Right.
these people doing this, well, I don't know about independent films. Things can get tricky with that kind of stuff. But like the legitimate films, it's all like business. Yes, you have to get into it, but at the same time, our brains, actors, we're thinking about, okay, the camera's here, the lighting's here, we have to stay at this angle because,
Mhm.
like you have to think of all the mechanics within it. So like it's not a big deal as it seems,
Right.
sexy as it
Right.
seems on camera. It's really not. Like then you can literally just kiss somebody and then just be like, all right, cut. So yeah, anyways, you're talking to whoever else. It's like you don't like
Right. Right.
lingering in the eyes. No,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is very weird. That's what
But
I'm thinking. Like,
show it's business. But then when you're dating someone who's doing that, that's a different level of being comfortable
Hey now.
and understanding that okay, this person's intimate on screen. It doesn't mean anything. It's just work.
how can you? I guess I mean I don't know if obviously you're in like a relationship or like you see other people in your profession that sees their significant other like on the screen in like intimate situations. Like, how does someone sit back and like take that in? At least for the first couple times, I bet that's like a tough pill to swallow for like the first couple times you see like your significant other like on scene being intimate.
I haven't seen someone that I was dating do that on
Got you.
screen. Um I've seen certain situations like videos or something like, it's
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to do
Right, right.
that. But then at the same time, I can't expect mine to be able to see me do that and not
True,
give that same respect and trust.
true.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't fully experienced that, um, I've been trying to mentally prepare myself for this.
Yeah.
I feel like it might happen. It's possible.
Right.
Right. Right.
Uh,
I feel like if, and again, like I said, we don't know your situation, but just in general, it might be easier if you're in if you're in Hollywood, you're an actor, to date another actor, maybe. Like the reason I say that is at least
You
mentally
understand,
we
yeah.
understand what it is. We understand the art. We can separate to an extent maybe some of the emotion from the actual, what's going on versus someone who's
Like me.
an accountant or something, right, who has no idea what's going on. You just see your
You seeing the
woman.
scene for the scene.
You
Like
see
you
a woman
seeing
got her breast out. She out here getting
they
grabbing,
skin to
picking her up.
skin,
Hey, you know them sex
they
scenes.
kissing, they
Soon
rubbing,
as they go in the door, they slam the door. They put
they
them against
looking
the
at each
wall.
other in the eyes. It's
I'm
real
honestly,
like,
intimate.
oh my God,
yeah,
I
You
haven't
feeling sad.
experienced that. I don't feel like I could watch that with my person. Like
That's what
I
I'm
have to be
saying.
like, motherfucker, I'm gonna watch this another time.
That's
We
what
can
I'm
fast forward
saying.
past this part. I don't
Oh,
know. I don't
but
know. Haven't been there yet. But
got you.
dang.
man.
Well, let us
That's
know,
wild.
man. Whenever you get in that situation, 5 years from now, whatever, give us a call. Let us know how it was. We can talk about it on the porch. Oh,
So for you when acting slows down, right? So maybe you don't have, you're not shooting at this point, or maybe things are slow. How does an actor continue to sharpen the blade?
mm,
Being in class,
Mm,
being proactive and creating your own stuff. If you're not a writer or director, like maybe you're a producer and you like can help fund projects that keep you interested or active in other things that involving the arts. Or like if you have a hobby like I do, making my sunglasses, start your own
hmm.
little side hustle. But you gotta always kind of be learning and growing, even though you're not on set. I mean, that's what prepares you for when it's time to be on set.
right.
Love
Learn
that.
too for me because you can get comfortable too as a creator. You're like, I know I got some skills. I'm a writer,
Yeah.
taking years of classes. I can take a break.
Hmm.
Right.
And like for me, I you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. And you don't necessarily lose it if it's in you, but at the same time, when you're in class, you're able to be sharper. It's more current on your brain of like
Yeah.
how to
Right.
like be and just be great.
Like muscle memory.
Yes. So like I just started improv class again, and it's been years since I've done it because like the pandemic and then like all the COVID stuff. I didn't want to do it over Zoom.
Right.
So now it's back in person. I feel it's like bringing me so much life again. Like I love improv because it's so fun. You never know what's gonna happen, ever.
Right.
So like walk us through that, like for people who don't know about like improv class, like how does that work? Like are you handed just something and you have to just make something happen? Like how does that,
It depends
look?
on the class you go to, but for sure, like the basic level is you play different games, and there's like probably hundreds of improv games where you're given a scenario, a topic, a color, like a relationship, a location,
Mm,
um, yeah, and then you have to come up with something off the top of your head. You can't really think. And
Mm.
the whole point is you never deny anything in the scene. It's like the number one rule of improv is yes and. So you always agree and then you add more information to keep the scene moving forward.
Mm.
Just because you're not supposed to deny, like you can say no, but you still have to have like an and kind of, but you don't really want to say no. You kind of want to say yes to everything because then it makes it just more interesting.
okay. So can we like do like a quick little run through? Like if I was like the actor and I just want to do one take, I just want to try it. Like
Okay,
just throw anything out. Like how would I
do you want to do a monologue or you want to do a scene?
uh
You want to do
we
a
can do,
scene, I think, right?
yeah, I think we can do a scene. We can
There's a
do a
little bit
scene.
more back and forth. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, you can do it. So you just want to do a quick improv scene.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do. I'm just curious.
yes, and try not to ask questions, but yes. Okay, so do you want to give us a
I'm nervous.
suggestion for a location? And or no, not you.
Me.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Give
I'm
us a
nervous.
suggestion for a location and a relationship. Are we cousins? Are we best friends? Are we
Ooh.
classmates? Are we a policeman and you know,
Okay. Y'all, all right. Y'all are friend. This is your best friend. Your best friends.
okay.
You haven't seen each other in a while. So you decide to link up for a lunch at In-N-Out. So you're in line, about to order your food. Boom.
Ooh.
Jeremy, I haven't seen you in so long. It's so great that we decided to meet up at the first place we ever hung out many years ago, In-N-Out.
I swear I love In-N-Out. I remember you used to always get the animal fries. Are you still fucking with the animal fries or not?
I do. You know that ain't gonna ever change, man. You still get the double double with the onions and the pickles and then the extra pickles.
The extra pickles, and I got to give me a shake on the side. You know I can't. You changed up. You know you got to throw the shake in there, right?
You're right. The chocolate one. The chocolate one.
I love some chocolate. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. So is it on me? Is it on me? Did you change up? Is it on me? Am I footing the bill, or we what we doing?
Man, you a big baller now. You're a big doctor in these streets. I'm
Dang.
so proud of you. You're over here doing heart surgeries. You can afford to pay for this
Dang.
In-N-Out.
All right, look. So I'm cutting a little bit of weight, but hey, I'll take it. Hey, look, we'll go ahead and I'll foot the bill. Next time we link up, it'll be on you. Cool.
Okay, cool. Because you know I'm a big time, uh, you know, supermodel.
Yeah, you got to keep your figure. You got to keep everything, in the right places and everything. So, we're going to keep it as is.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm there in the code, dude. Look.
Hey, you didn't. Hey, you got some Bolo.
Yeah.
Next
Nice.
short film, we gotta
That's
add
funny.
Bolo into the scene, Perry. I
That's
like
funny,
that.
man.
That
Oh my God. That's dope. That's
That was
what's up.
fun. That was fun, man. I love it. It kind of reminded me of like back in the days, Bo. Like me and you used to be in the car freestyling and
Just
rapping. So
freestyling.
you would go and then I would go and then you would go and I got to add to it. It's kind of similar. You
Yeah.
feel me?
And
That's
that's an
cold.
improv game as well. Is rapping, like you say a couple bars and then the next person has to say a rhyme with the last word and then keep going and add on.
Oh, that's hard.
I
You
might,
guys should love that. Y'all should start doing that.
I might
Yeah, I was
have to
gonna
go
say
to the
like we
class.
can damn near, yeah. Or I
Yeah.
could just see it being like damn near on some like just with the fam and like y'all turning up, y'all drinking whatever, and just having like some improv games. Like people will be like going ham, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Honestly, one day I could see myself running my own improv classes or having my own
That's
improv
cool.
school.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's out there.
Speak it. Put your hands out.
It's out there.
The energy's out there. She just said it, so it
She
will
said it.
be.
She
It's gonna
said it.
happen.
Paris, you know the craziest thing? Everybody that came on the porch or that comes onto the porch, once they put something out on the porch, it happens.
It's real.
We had the undisputed champ a couple years ago say that she will be the undisputed champ. You fast forward to 2023, guess what she is?
Undisputed. Alicia Baumgartner. Shout out to the bomb. She said it right here on the porch.
Nico Ali. What'd he say?
Come on
Muhammad
now.
Ali grandson.
He ain't lost. Knocking people out.
He said, I ain't gonna never lose. He ain't lost shit.
They speak it and then it happens.
Paris, here come to class. It's out there. Now you just gotta be prepared on how you going, you know what I mean? Throw it in the busy schedule.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Now I want to switch gears a little bit here before we transition to our last segment.
Okay.
There was now it was back in maybe 2021, I believe, maybe 2020. You had a chance to dance and perform at a versus battle for Ray J, Team Ray J. Can you please share the details of that experience? I saw the clips, Paris, and you was getting down. You was doing your thing.
That was the funniest performance I feel like I've ever experienced.
Why is that?
We didn't have a tech rehearsal, but and we didn't have rehearsal with Bobby V. So kind of just freestyled a lot most of the show.
Hey, you talk about improv. There you go.
For real, that's what I was gonna say.
It's funny because we also didn't know the order of the way Ray J was gonna do the songs. He just went off of how he felt. Like we rehearsed in the order, but show day, man. But I'm grateful. Ray J is a nice guy. You know, it's just he was the talk of the town. That was
I remember that
performance.
Man. I remember that.
But yeah.
She's like, yeah, it was fun.
It was fun and it was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny, yo.
Definitely a memory to always have, have in your back pocket.
And then it was hard, even though I was Team Ray J, it was hard to not vibe out with, the other team because I grew to their music too.
Right. You over there bobbing your head, Reggie, like, hey. you with me.
He didn't hate. He was in it himself. He was like, they were competing. They were like going over each other. And
right.
stealing songs.
Yeah. Damn. That's dope experience to be a part of.
I was up there on stage and everybody we were like, oh, that's cool. Look at Paris. I'm like, oh God, what does it look like on camera?
I saw the clips. You was going in, man. You held your own. You did your thing for sure. So, that's dope. That's dope, man. Yeah. And now more of a recent, kind of transition to now and what's going on now. You recently made an announcement that you will be in the remake of White Men Can't Jump. So first of all, congratulations.
Dope.
Super dope.
One of my favorite movies.
Come on now. Legendary movie.
Legendary
movie.
So excited for you guys to see it. I'm grateful that y'all aren't being like, people don't like remakes or down or like already have this bad, perception of what it's going to be. But like, don't worry.
It's in good hands, huh?
Yes.
I got you covered.
That's it. Because I think too, though, like to the other side, like when you think about like these classic movies and people touching classics, sometimes the people who like remake the movie don't want to really associate the new movie with the old movie because it's a new generation, right? Because things are so different. Like people compare like the Space Jams, right? Like it's different, or the house parties, right? There's just different movies, right? It's different generations, so things will look different. So for White Man Can't Jump, it's a classic, you know what I mean? And it's basketball, like it's nothing, it's not too much that's probably different, as opposed to what happened then and what goes on now. So I'm excited to see exactly how it's gonna play out.
Yeah, it's obviously, up to date. It's kind of like
Yeah.
how House Party was.
Yeah. With my
But
mom.
obviously the same basis of like, a white guy and a black guy
Right.
is to win some money together in basketball.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cold.
yeah, no, it was a great experience. It was so, man, but that was a moment where I got thrown in, and like I play Tiana Taylor's best friend, and she is with Sinqua. He plays Wesley's character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the first day I had a scene, and Sinqua was just throwing so many improvised like one-liners at me, and I was like, not ready.
Oh shit.
Try to hold my own, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it was like, Paris, we need to be back in class, because that shouldn't have, like, you should have came back with some even harder stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Feel, you always reflect and like, I could have done more, I could have done this, could have done that, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what made the cut, and you just pray for the best.
Mm-hmm. Now, when it's supposed to drop?
May 19th.
Ooh, let's go
So
see
we
your
close.
birthday,
Yeah, that's
boy.
closer than I thought.
Go see your
Yeah.
birthday, Bolo.
Yeah.
Might be a good birthday
It's
gift.
my
Go to the
sister's
movie.
birthday. Damn, that's cold.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's energy. That's energy. I love it, man. I'm so proud of
Dang.
you. I know we just officially met, but like, you
That's
my
a great,
cousin
that's a
now,
big
man. This is
accomplishment.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is dope.
Thank you so much. It's nice to feel seen and recognized,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in years of going for the dream, and then finally little things sparks off, and I'm just excited to begin a new chapter of the journey.
Man,
Facts.
100%. God
And you
is
mentioned
good.
you mentioned earlier you had like just kind of like that good feeling because everybody's doing well around you. Do you got anything big popping off here soon? Anything that you looking forward to? Obviously you just shot White Man Can't Jump, but anything else that's like pretty worth noting?
God knows the answer to that.
Absolutely. Facts.
Ooh.
Honestly, I'm just waiting on to hear some good news, because I know it's on the way. Auditioned. I've auditioned for some really cool things, and
Nice.
um, actually have a callback to shoot tonight right after this.
Let's go.
Okay.
But you do it, and you just have to forget and just move on and just
And
be
just
at
keep going.
knowing that whatever's in for me won't pass me. So as much as I may want something, maybe it wasn't for me. And then whatever is, I'm gonna get. And sometimes I have those really strong feelings like, oh, this is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong. But I have a dope squad, and we keep each other encouraged, and it's like, it's okay. So I don't know what this year has in store for me outside of the White Man Can't Jump premiere, but I know that good things are on the way and they're on the horizon. And I just don't know what it is. And that's the exciting part about my life.
Love it. Love it.
I
Love
like
it.
that, man. Live for today. You know what I
Live for the
mean? Come
day.
on now, be present. I
Yeah.
love that, man. So it's time to move to our final segment here. These are our quick hitters. These are some random questions.
Okay.
Fun. You ain't gotta worry. I saw your facial expression change right there, Paris. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. We good. We ain't gonna do you like that.
It's like
But
improv class. Improv.
right. But there's some cool questions just to kind of wrap up the show. So, Bolo, I'll go first, and
Okay.
then you can jump in. So
Let's get it.
first up, name one actor or actress who you really would love to work with at some point during your career, and tell us why.
Okay. First, there's so many, but Taraji P. Henson.
Mm.
No, I'm going to meet her and work with her, and we're gonna be tight. She's gonna be like a mentor, big sis to me. I feel it 100,000%. It's just God when the right time, because me and her have the same birthday.
Oh, that's cold.
Come on now, it's meant to be.
Shout out to the Virgos.
It's just been very inspirational for me, and I just feel so aligned that I know our paths are gonna cross, and it's gonna be that divine timing. Taraji, sis, Big sis, what's
Big
good?
sis.
If you're tuning
Taraji,
in
what's
right now,
poppin'?
Taraji, if you're tuning in to the porch, you heard what Paris just said, man. Hit her up, DM her. Let's get
make
this
it
thing
happen.
moving.
Yeah, that would be nice, you know.
Love it. Okay.
Okay. Next question. What is the toughest role you've had in your career so far?
Toughest role. The one I was speaking about earlier where I had my first kiss because one
Ooh.
that was like new for me because we met that day. Like we met over FaceTime one time. Then the day of the shoot, it was like, "Hi, nice to see you in person in real life."
That's wild.
So, yeah. But I also had to use a Nigerian accent, and that was really hard for me to like get in. Like I study and I practice those lines for my life when I booked it.
hmm
Um, yeah. So that would say that's
Wow.
far, but it wasn't really like it's nothing. It's not hard. It's just like a new experience. So it's
Right.
just different where I had to be something way outside of myself and my comfort zone
Right.
in a good way, and it wasn't like demoralizing, you know.
Mhm.
Right. Of course. A lot of times in life, in order for us to grow, we have to get out of our comfort zone. That's just what it is. If you're comfortable too
That's
long,
real.
you're gonna stay where you at, or you might even drop down a couple steps.
Talk to him, folks.
You gotta
Because
get
everybody else is
uncomfortable.
going up, and then you're still
Everybody.
here, so it looks like you went down, but it's really
Ooh.
Inflation. Come on now. That's what we talk about on the porch.
Ooh.
We're not playing around today, Paris.
Y'all
We're
going
not playing around
crazy right
tonight,
now.
Paris. Okay. Next one. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit here. We're gonna get a little bit more outside of work.
okay.
Describe the ideal date night for Paris. Break it down to us. We speaking in general. We speaking in general. Improv.
On your feet.
You know what I mean? It's the ideal date night. Your person planned this magical day. This is how it would look for Paris. Go.
Ooh.
And a magical, like we're in another country, like somewhere tropical, and we have a nice dinner, like somewhere cute, not just like a regular restaurant, but something like spectacular, like in an aquarium or I don't know,
Okay.
cool and
I like
different.
that.
And then really just being able to like sit there, laugh, and talk all night, and just either be in nature or just. I'm a physical touch person, so like you know, I like that. Yeah, something intimate but thoughtful, like places you know that I've always wanted to go, or something that's really cool that you see that you know I would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Damn, I love that.
Hey,
Love that.
there it is. So like I said, hey, if there is a person, you just heard it right here. Take some notes. If there isn't a person yet, future person, come back and take some notes because she just told you what she wants. So there it is.
Facts. So last question here before we get you out of here, we ask everybody this same question because we putting it out there. So finish this sentence. In 5 years, Paris will be.
In 5 years, Paris will be an award-winning actress, director, producer, philanthropist, motivational speaker,
Keep going.
business owner,
Keep going.
property owner, multi-property owner,
Another one.
multi-millionaire.
Talk to him.
That might have been our best one right there,
That might have
Bolo.
been the best one. I ran out of fingers. Shit.
I almost ripped my shirt off at the end and threw it. I was so hyped over here.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
5 years, baby. I
Go
see
get
it.
it.
Maybe
It's out there.
less than 5 years.
Less than 5.
Less than 5.
Come on now, Bolo. I'm hyped now.
Man,
I'm hyped.
too.
My heart beating right now.
Bob Proctor's like Law of Attraction.
Mm.
I just watched like a 50-minute video of him talking about the law of attraction, and just like if you can visualize it and you really believe it and see it, it's coming to you. He said he manifested everything he wanted. You can do it without what the standards of what people who have done it before you or the standards to become a person like that doesn't mean you can't because you haven't done that. Because nobody can really choose up their environment and where they grew up, how they came up. But our mind, this is where everything is. So I'm saying this out loud and it's recorded. So
and it's recorded. It's on ink.
She
stamped.
manifested this. She said it out loud, and I know it's coming for me. I know this for my heart for a while, but it takes time to get to that level, and that's fine because there's so much to learn along the way. Yeah. But that's why you just got to enjoy the journey and keep on going despite the little disappointments or, you know, hurtful moments or obstacles in the way. Like if it's in your spirit and you're passionate about something, you know, that's what keeps me going. I know what I'm here to do. I'm here to change lives through entertainment, storytelling.
Damn. I love it, man. That's a great way to
that's the perfect cherry on top.
Come on now, man. Paris, this has been an amazing show. Learning about your journey, learning about you just as a person, the good energy that you have thrown our way. I feel better now than I did an hour ago because of you. So we appreciate you. Please let the people know where they can find you on social, anything you want to just promote before we let you go. This is your time to do it.
Just follow me on Instagram. It's the Paris _Nicole. Or I have YouTube, and I have like some of my web series and my short films that I wrote, directed, started to produce on my YouTube. Please go check those out because it's different from my short form content on Instagram. It's like you'll see.
Tune in.
Love it.
And thank you in advance, and thank you guys for having me part of the podcast. This was fun.
Absolutely. Thank you. We definitely appreciate it. We appreciate the great energy. Listeners, hey, if you didn't take away a gem, you're losing right now. If you didn't tell your friend to come and get some of this good energy, you're losing. All right, go ahead and tell a friend that this is the Porch Podcast. Find us on Instagram, find us on YouTube, find us on Spotify, find us on Apple Music. Hey, it's too many things for y'all to be creating excuses now, all right? Make sure you tell somebody you love them. You feel me? And like Paris said it best, put that good energy out there. It's the law of attraction. All right. Whatever you think about, go ahead and make it happen. And just make sure the best you
is the best you. And we out. Peace.
Started on the porch, that was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we needed. Now we undefeated. If we link, no it's only business. If we get to speak and leave them speechless. I did things for free but now it costs to see me. When you see me, you ain't gotta greet me. Just don't plot to sneak me, I'ma see it. I'ma stop and watch you lose and get defeated. What do we bleed? Came from the jungle, we humble but hungry and hunting to feed. People don't want us to leave, they love us and rush to the bus when we run in the streets, thinking we stunning the sea. We came from nothing to something, now up in the lead. Now we ain't coming in peace, hunting for blood and to crush everyone in the league. We got a reason, we put in work every day of the week, every month, every season. So many schemes, had to go hard for the team. We gave our all and succeeded, came from the deep end. Warming up pots, cooking ramen at times, that was all we was eating. Now we be feasting, 5-star restaurants every week. Whole team dripped in cloth and it's seamless. They looking hard when we step on the scene. Call us outcasts, we so fresh and so clean. Ain't about cash, please don't ask for a meeting. Just hit the stoop out the spaz on the beat. Nah, it ain't rude if you ask for the feet. Just play it cool when I tax you the fee. We need a pool in the back with a cord and a board that gon' jump off and splash for the heat. Live for the day cause the past can determine the future or where you gon' actually be. Keep staying present, our presence a blessing. It's all that we have and we actually need. I'm taking action with passion, detaching the ones who keep acting attached to leech. I am no pastor but actually preaching. Look up these lyrics and actually read. That was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we needed. Now we undefeated. If we link, no it's only business. If we get to speak and leave them speechless. I did things for free but now it